So the last thing that we left off for Coffee Cafe was we did complete the unadjusted trial balance, right? We were successful, right? Where we were able to match our total debits with our total credits here, right? At 102 44609. Okay, so this is step 5 to complete the unadjusted trial balance. So then now what we need to do now is to complete our adjustments. Okay, our adjustment entries. So let's go ahead and take a look at the very first thing here. So we left off we are going to start on page 23 of the journal here. And the first thing that we have here is to complete our periodic inventory adjustment. So right here, this is where we began our adjustment. So here, it says that you're going to convert your periodic inventory. Ending inventory balance, you had a total of 106 coffee cups left. Okay. So how do I do periodic inventory? How do I do periodic inventory? So this is chapter 5. We were given that we had 106 coffee mugs, right?
Yes.
So, a certain time zone or something? I'm sorry? Okay. So here, we were given that we had a total of 106 coffee mugs left, right?
Yes.
So that means that's my ending balance in inventory. So in this case, ending balance, I have 106 mugs left. Okay? So under periodic inventory, what do we need to do? We need to solve for how many items we have available and assume how many cups we actually sold. Okay? So in this case, first things first is let's tally up our totals on how much we purchased. Okay? So, how many mugs did we purchase in grand total? Okay, 80 plus 80 plus 80 is 240. 340, 440.
Yes. 440.
You purchased a total of 440. Okay. What's my total purchase price?
Okay, that will be 1,092.20.
1,092.20. Okay. What's my grand total freight?
500.
500. Oops. Don't know why I overrided that right there. Okay, so 192.20 plus 500 is going to get you 1,592.20, right? Now let's take a look at here. Which costing method are we using to calculate this?
We're doing the periodic.
We're doing periodic, but which costing method?
Okay, we're gonna do 1,592.20 divided by 440.
Okay, so I see what you mean. Yes, we're gonna do average weighted average, right?
Right.
Or average costing. Now in this case, do we actually have all 400 units here?
No.
No, we end up returning some stuff, right? So
Right.
we need to recalculate this portion to get the exact number we should be receiving. So how many mugs did I return in grand total?
9.
You returned 9. And what was my grand total refunds and discounts?
$7.40.
Do that calculation again. How did you get $7?
Oh, okay, okay, all right. I calculated the wrong thing. Okay, 2411.
2411. So let's go ahead and fill in our little thing here. So we started out with 440 units at a grand total of 1,092.20. But we end up returning 9 units. So how much should we have left if I returned 9 units?
$431.
Okay, 431. Okay. And we know that we got a refund for 2411. So how much should we actually owe right now? Okay. If I started out with 1092.20 and I end up getting a refund for 2411, how much should I have actually purchased?
1,068.09.
Good. Now, of course, freight, right, adds to, it does not add to quantity, but it adds to the total cost, right? So 500. So I have 431 units at a grand total of
1568.09.
correct. Now in this case, we started our inventory at 0, right? We just started our company. So I'm going to carry down my net purchases. So that means my total goods available is 431 units at $1,568.09. Okay. Now, because I'm using weighted average, my assumption here is I must have sold how many units? if I have 101 units left, what is the assumption that I sold? How many units did I sell? Oh, I hit the wrong button again.
Is it 101 or 106?
It's 106.
325.
Okay, so 325 is what we sold. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now that I have 325 units that I have sold, how do I solve for my average cost per item? So how much do I have available, and what's my grand total cost right now in my current inventory? How much did I start out with?
440.
Well, I meant now. How much goods do I actually have right now?
431.
431 at a total cost of.
Okay, do we do 431 divided by 1568?
So the other way around. So 156809 divided by 431.
Okay.
Yes. And that will give you your average cost per item.
Okay, $3.64.
Okay, so actually it's $3.63826.
825.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is going to be my average cost per item, that means it doesn't matter how many items I have here. Each one that I sell or each item that I have is going to give me an average cost of 3.638260. So therefore, if I sold 325 units, how much is my grand total cost? If each item is $3.63826.
Okay, 1,182.43.
Okay, good. So then, how much is my ending balance? Right? Should give you $385.66. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
now that I finished my periodic inventory worksheet, what do I need to do next? I need to do my conversion entry. How do I do my conversion entry? What do I need to recognize for my conversion entry?
Okay, your cost of goods sold.
You need to do your cost of goods sold. Now let's take a look at my chart of accounts. Okay, so cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold what?
Uh, mugs.
Okay, cost of goods sold ceramic coffee mugs, $51.50. Okay, what else do I need to recognize?
Mm, your inventory.
Your inventory. Let's go ahead and take a look. What is my inventory?
$12.90.
Where do you see $12.90?
I mean 1,200. 12, 12,000.
12,000, right? Inventory. But did I buy a specific item?
Ceramic mugs.
So
12,090.
12050. Okay, so good.
50.
Ceramic coffee mugs. Good. Okay. What else do I need to recognize? What am I doing here when I'm converting? Okay, what am I converting?
You're converting your inventory.
You're converting what to inventory?
Uh, your cost of goods. Oh well, your cost of goods sold.
We already got that.
Okay. Purchases.
Yes. How did I purchase my inventory?
You purchase this inventory with cash.
I meant, how did I record my periodic inventory?
Okay, is that purchase expense?
Purchase expense and freight expense, right?
Right.
So let's see, that is 6,300 for freight expense, and then 61,000. Okay, what else did I incur? What happened along the way when I made my purchases?
You had returns.
You had some purchase returns, and you also had a purchase discount. So in this case, purchase returns at 61,500 and discount at 61,550. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a purchase expense, and we had freight expense. Okay. So 61,500, 61,550, 61,000, and 6,300. Okay. So let's plug our numbers in. What was the value of my ending balance?
Uh, 1,820. 1,182. Okay, what's the penny? What's the,
So remember, that is your cost of goods sold that you're looking at.
oh, okay.
So what was
Okay,
my? Go ahead.
the ending balance is 385.
Yep, 385.66. Okay. Cost of goods sold.
1,182.
And 43 cents. What was my total returns?
2411.
Okay, so that includes the discount. So 2411 minus that $1.87 is 22.24. That's my total returns, right?
Mm-hmm.
$1.87. What was my total purchases?
$1,092.20.
1,092.20. And last but not least, what was my total freight?
500.
Okay, so if you did your calculation here, just to make sure that your total debits match your credits here, I have a total of 1,592.20 on the left and 1,592.20 on the right. So good. Okay, good. And then of course you can go ahead and put your little description here saying this is conversion entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
For periodic inventory. Right? You have the ending balance of 106 mugs. Okay? You have sold 325 mugs and returned 9 mugs. Okay? Good. So as usual, every time we do a journal, we must fill in what? We must post it to our what?
Our ledger.
We got to post it to our ledger. So let's go ahead and post our answers to my ledger. So first things first is I have some ceramic coffee mugs. So go to assets, which is my inventory here. I finally have some ceramic coffee mugs. Here we are. And you can put adjustment. You have ending balance of 106 mugs. Today, we're on the 23rd page here. Okay. For how much? 385.66. Okay. 385.66. Then we need to do our cost of goods sold. Okay, so we don't have, so here we're finally tapping into the cost of goods sold for our ceramic coffee mugs. This is an adjustment. Sold 325 mugs. For a total of excuse me, for 1182.43. 1182.43. Now we need to close out all of our expenses here, starting with our purchase, returns, and allowances. Excuse me, purchase, returns, and allowances. Here, right, we are going to debit my account for $22.24.
Oh,
So therefore, I should have a zero balance, right?
right.
because what I'm doing here is I'm closing out all of my purchases because I'm converting from periodic to inventory. So therefore, all of these purchases that I have here don't exist anymore. Okay, so that was my purchase returns and allowances. Next one is purchase discounts. For $1.87. So therefore, you should have a zero balance here. Okay, for $1.87. Then we gotta go up to our purchase expenses. So you could say adjustment, conversion entry, whatever you want to put here. And you're going to credit your account for $1,092.20. And that's going to give you a zero balance. Okay. Last on my list is freight expense. Freight expense. You're going to credit $500. So then now you have zero. Okay. All right. So now we are completely done with my inventory worksheet. So you will no longer need the inventory worksheet. So you can save this and close it. Okay. All right. So next one we have here is going to be cost of materials sold. So when we calculated all of the cups that we have available, we found out that we sold a grand total of 5,297 medium cups, and we sold 4,331 large cups. We used 120 pounds of sugar, and we used 22 cases of creamer. So here are the cost per item here. So we need to figure out how much the total cost of each one is. So I already done the math. I already did I laid out the formula for you, right? How do I figure it out? My total cost. If I used up a total of 5,297 cups, costing at 0.0542. Now, where does this cost per item come from? I just calculated the total cost. So I calculated all of my cups and divided by my total cost, and that's my cost per item. Okay? So, how much is the total cost for using all of my medium coffee cups? Well, first off, let's figure out what am I going to do? How am I going to journalize this? Okay? What am I going to journalize? How am I going to represent this cost right here?
Okay, would it be your cost of minerals sold?
Yep, cost of materials. Okay, cost of materials right here. So you got 51,200, 51,250, 51,300, 51,350 for the cost of materials of medium, large, sugar, and creamer. In this case, you don't have to separate the journal entries. You could just shove them all into one journal entry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to do. Today's the 30th. We got the cost of material for the medium cups. we got cost of materials for the large cups. We got cost of materials for sugar. And we got cost of materials for creamer. Right? 51 200, 51 250, 51 300, and 51 350. Right? So how much is it going to cost me if I used 5,297 cups at a cost per item of 5 point, or which is 5 and 0.42 cents?
280, 70, 97.
What was that to?
287. Hold on. Okay, 287.09.
I got 10. So you might have to round up.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. If I sold 4,331 cups and my cost per item is 0.0812,
351.68.
3, hold on. 351.68. Good. What about the cost for the sugar? You used 100.
43.20.
Yep. So you use 120 pounds at 0.36 cents. At 0.36 cents. For 40, do you say 43.20?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then the coffee creamer, you use 22 cases, right, at $16.33.
359.26.
Okay. Now that I'm representing this cost of materials, where am I taking them out from?
Your inventory.
No, not inventory.
You're gonna go into your ledger.
That will be afterwards, but what account am I taking these out from? I have my debit accounts. What are my credit accounts? Where am I taking them out from?
Would it be your purchase expense?
No, we already finished. We're not buying coffee mugs right now. Okay? So in this case, if I used my medium cups, my large cups, my sugar, my creamer.
Okay, you're going to go into the medium cups.
You're going to take them out from their respective accounts. So in this case, medium coffee cups. You're going to take it out from your large coffee cups. You're going to take it out from your sugar account. And you're going to take it out from your creamer account. Okay? So these should all be 11,760, 11,765, 11,770, and 11,775. Okay? For those exact amounts. So for this one, I'm going to be taking out 287 for the medium. I'm going to be taking 351 out of my large cups, 43 out of my sugar, and 359.26. So once again, this is going to be cost of materials. Okay? Wait. Cost of materials to adjust business supplies. Okay? So now we can go to our ledger because let's take a look. Okay? So if I'm going to go to my cost of materials, which is a part of a cost of goods sold, right? Because when you sold your coffee cups in store, you are putting it into the price of the goods, right?
Right.
So in this case right here, it's a direct cost of your sales. So here's cost of materials. So how many cups did you use for the medium cups? 5,297. So it's going to be an adjustment. You used 5,297 cups. For a total of 28710. Okay. If you want to put the cost per item, you can right here. Okay. For the large cups, you used 4,331. Okay. So 351.68. Okay, sugar. How many pounds did you use? We used 120 pounds. For a total of $43.20. And then for the coffee creamer, we used 22 cases, 12-pack creamer. for a total of $359.26. Okay. Now, when we go to our actual assets, right? If we go to my actual business supplies, right?
Right.
Now here, my business supplies literally tells me that I purchased 1,000, I purchased 2,000, purchased 2,000, purchased 2,000. So I have a total of 7,000 cups. Is that true? Does my account
Yeah.
still have 7,000 cups in it?
No.
No, right? That's why I have to do an adjustment because now, right now, it says I purchased 7,000 cups. But because I end up doing my adjustment entry, which told me that I end up using 5,297 cups. So therefore, I should reflect my actual business supplies to reflect how many I actually have left, right?
Right.
So in this case, there you go. Down at the bottom here, I'm going to take out the cost of 5,297 medium cups. So today's 30th. We're going to do an adjustment, okay? Because we used 5,297 cups, right? Okay. Now, if I have purchased, let me see, 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000, that is a total 7,000 cups, right?
Right.
If I sold or used
5,297. It gives you 1,703.
good 1703 remaining balance of 1703 cups. Okay, so we're going to subtract out that 287.10 because that's how much I used. So how much should I have left in my business supplies for medium coffee? I should be left with $91.77 worth of medium coffee cups. Right?
Okay.
So therefore, I gotta do the same thing for the next one. So if I purchase 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000, so that's a total of 7,000 cups I purchased. So the adjustment here is that I used 4,331 cups. So that should give me a remaining total.
2,669.
Okay. So when I used 4,000 cups, that was a total of $351.68. So how much should you have left? You should have a total of $216.65 left. Okay. All right. So my sugar. Okay, so if I purchased 60 plus 60 plus 60, all right, so adjustment, and I used 120 pounds of sugar, I should have a remaining balance of 60 pounds.
You have 60 pounds left.
Uh-huh. So in this case, if I used $43.20 left, or 20, if I used $43.20 of the sugar, I should have $21.60 left. Okay. Last one is my creamer. Okay, adjustment. If I used a total of 22 cases, 12-pack creamers. I should have remaining of how many more cases left. So if I purchase 3 plus 15 plus 15, that should give me a total of 33 minus 22. I should have 11 cases. Okay, today's the 23rd. And if I use step 5, what was it? 359 and 26 cents. But if I use $359.26, how much should I have left remaining? You should have $179.63 left. Okay. Good. 179.63 left in my creamer account.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next one here is I end up printing out my credit card statement here. Okay, for the June month from the National Bank Visa Gold Credit Card Company. Okay. So here it tells me that the billing statement end date is 6/30. Right, here's the billing number on there. Right, because we retrieved our statement via online mobile bank app. So here you go. We have a total balance of $2,156.96. Okay. The total amount of interest, which is 18%, which is an APR, right? I already calculated for you. It's going to be $32.35 per month. All right. Here, it tells you that now your current balance is $2,189.31. A minimum payment of $35 is required, and the due date is 7/10. Okay. Now down below it says right here. Okay. Record this bill. Assume that you will pay off the balance on the due date. Okay. Use interest payable to reflect the interest accrued for this transaction. Okay? So, we're going to record a bill. Okay? We're not going to pay it yet. So, therefore, what am I creating? If I'm not going to pay it now.
Would it be miscellaneous expense?
No.
No.
I received a bill.
Okay, accounts payable?
Accounts payable, right? Because you are going to accept that you received a bill, right?
Right.
Now, where am I going to be taking this bill out from? What is this statement for?
Credit card.
Your credit card, right? And it says right here that you're planning to pay off the entire balance on your credit card. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you should have a Visa payable as actually wait, sorry, I have accounts payable here. You should have the Visa payable here because you're going to decrease your credit card and you're going to assume that you're going to pay it later. Okay? For the full amount. Now, what does your credit card statement include? What
interest?
You need to do interest. So first, you need to recognize that you have interest. And are you going to pay it now? No. So what are you going to do? You're going to pay it later, right?
Right.
So therefore, you're going to create an interest payable. Okay? Why am I doing an interest payable separate from my bill? Well, an interest payable, right, this the 18% interest that you have occurred is a separate responsibility because you said you're going to pay back money, right? Plus an additional amount on top of that. So that's why you have to keep your interest separate. It's not included in what you didn't charge your credit card to buy interest, did you?
No.
Exactly. Even though it appears on your credit card statement, yes. But in this case, that was the assumption. That is the price that we had to pay to borrow money in advance. And now we're paying back plus more, right? So you need to keep your interest completely separate from your actual bill. So let's go ahead and now, how much was the interest?
$32.35.
$32.35, right?
All right.
Okay, let me find out what my interest accounts are. So interest expense is account 6450. And then my interest payable, since I'm not paying the bill yet, I'm going to choose to pay it later, is going to be $27,500. Okay. So let's go ahead and, okay, how much are you going to pay towards your credit card? How much do you owe on your credit card?
2,156.96.
Good. 2156.96, right? And that is exactly what you're going to pay. Now again, so therefore you should get the total here to be your credit card payment plus your interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is for $2,189.31, which should be the same. Ooh. Oh, that's right, because I didn't copy all of it down in the formula. Okay, well, this should be the same because I just copied and pasted on both sides. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my note here that I received National Bank Visa credit card statement, right? And it was billing number
87945321.
87945321. Okay, and um, and if today is the 30th, when am I paying it on? I'm gonna pay net 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. So let's go ahead and plug these into my ledger here. Okay, so first things first is I am going to go to my liabilities here. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear out my credit card. Okay, for the 2000. So I'm going to insert one more row here. Okay, today is the 30th, right? Received bill, because I am assuming I'm going to pay off the entire credit card on the 10th of July here, I'm going to debit my whole entire credit card for $2,156.96. So therefore, you should have a zero balance, right? Because you're gonna pay this credit card off for the $2,156, right?
Right.
And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and transfer that amount up to my accounts payable here. Okay, so that I know I owe money to a bill, right? So in this case, number bill number 8794531. Okay? And this is going to credit my account for $2,156.96. Okay? So therefore, what's my grand total amount of accounts payable? How much do I owe in general? What's my grand total ending balance in my accounts payable account?
$5,392.71.
Correct. Okay. And then now, okay, so I'm going to go to my expenses here because now I need to recognize that I got charged $32.35 worth of taxes, not taxes, um, interest. Okay, so here you go. Interest expense right here. Wait, that's freight expense. What am I looking at? Labor. There you go. Interest expense right here. It is $630. Okay. And we're going to say 18% interest or 18% APR on credit card. Okay. For the month of June. June interest. Okay, today is, the journal is 23, and we incurred it for $32.35. Okay, $32.35. And of course, you need to do your interest payable because we're not paying him now. We're choosing to pay later. So, liabilities, you're going to go to interest payable. Here it is, interest payable. 18% APR on credit card. And you're going to do a credit for $32.35. Okay? Now, there are many rules and regulations that you can do when you're journalizing a credit card bill. Okay? Now, if you say, I don't know how much I'm going to pay, maybe I'll pay the minimum. Maybe if I wait till the very end of the due date, I'll decide when to make a payment. If you do not know how much money you're going to make a payment to your credit card, do not record this bill. Okay? Why? You still received the bill. At the end of the day, because you are unsure about how much you're going to pay, then you don't need to record an accounts payable, right? You're just going to leave everything as is. And then when the day comes and you decided to pay your credit card, you won't be needing your interest payable account, but you will be needing to pay your Visa credit card, and you're going to be paying interest expense, and it's going to go straight out of your checking account. That is on the day that you pay. Now remember, since I received a bill and I said, you know what, I'm going to record this bill and I'm going to acknowledge that I will be making a full payment off the entire credit card. If you already know exactly how much, then you can go ahead and record this bill. So in this case, that is option number 2, right? So that's exactly what I did. I said, hey, let's go ahead and record this bill. Okay? And that's how you record this bill, because I need to know how much I got charged for the month of June, right? Because that's going to be, that interest expense was for the month of June, not for the month of July, not for the month of this. This is for the month of June. So I want to make sure that I get all of my numbers in for my accounting period, so I don't have to go back and adjust them later on. Okay? So, all right, last things last is, because I end up using National Bank Visa, I need to also plug that into my subsidiary ledger so that I can represent that now I did receive my credit card bill and I am going to make a payment to it. All right, so let's see. National Bank Visa. Here's National Bank Visa Gold. So this is what you're going to do. Because this is the National Bank Visa account, right? You are going to record that you received credit card statement, okay? And you got 18% APR interest for June was $32.35, right? And then you're going to say out current balance or statement balance was that $2,156.96. Okay, so your billing number was 87495. Wait, hold on. I think it was 87945 321. Okay, reference number, it is June 20, General Journal, page 23. Terms. Now, in this case, this is a date-driven term. It is due on the 10th of every single month, right? So that means this bill is due on July 10th. Okay? For the grand total amount of whatever 2,156.96 plus that $32.35 was. $2,189.31 is what you owe to National Bank Visa, right? Which includes both the payment to the credit card and the interest, because you owe National Bank for both of those charges, right? So therefore, you're going to report the total amount here. If you want to, you can report what your credit card says, and then down below you can report that you got charged. This was interest, but in this case, I'm just going to save myself a line here and just report that I owe a grand total of $2,189 to National Bank Visa credit card. Okay? All right. So I'm going to stop here and let's go ahead and take a break, okay?
Okay.
So right now it is